Top of the morning to you. Nice brisk, chilly air out here. Nice Georgia, brisk, chilly air out here this morning. Hope everyone is doing well. If you're not doing well, let's try to do your best to get well. How about that? Yeah. Get out and step it out before I begin my day. So today, I want to focus on health. Yesterday and the days prior was relationships. It might not have seemed like it because of the titles of the videos. The titles was about energy vampires. Okay, and then yesterday was who's your master? Who's the master? Okay. It was energy vampires and trauma bonders. Was the first day. Then skipped a couple of days. Then I got on to yesterday discussing who's the master. All of that is in relation to relationships. Okay. And the greatest relationship outside of one that you have with the universal creator is the one with yourself, which is with the universal creator. That is not an opinion. I may say it may sound like an opinion, but that is a fact. Beautiful sun coming up. And if you don't know, when it comes to health, speaking on health, before I even get started walking, I do my stretches and rotations. Everyone should do that, every day. You should stretch and rotate your limbs and your body every day. And for some, several times a day. Okay? That's the free part of the game I give you about health. The ingredients to the sauce, cost. And we're going to talk about that later on because I have a YouTube channel that I'm going to start to populate these videos. Okay? And then we'll go further from there. And if you just go into YouTube and you type in my name as it's spelled, not on the way that it's spelled on Facebook and Instagram, but like it should be spelled. Mr. Ishmael, Ishmael. There ain't nobody else out there like it. If it is, it's an imposter. Okay? So, look that up. The channel is called All Things Mr. Ishmael. My handle is Mr. Ishmael, but on Facebook, they're going to allow you to use a salutation. And I don't think they allow you on Instagram either. That's all right. We'll work around it. Okay? If there ain't a way, you make a way. How about that? But steady talking about health. It is a Sunday morning. I don't want to date too many of my videos. It's a Sunday morning, though. And what do we usually encounter from Fridays and Saturday nights? Whether you encounter them or you know of people encountering Friday and Saturday nights. Now, part of that is a relationship conversation / discussion on the things that we do. Okay? But I'm not going to go deep into that. I'm just going to talk about the health part. What do we deal with? Or what do we know the other people deal with on Sunday mornings that they indulged in or did Fridays or Saturday nights? Okay? Well, to kill the suspense and be a buzzkill, enjoying yourself. Enjoying yourself with some libations some overindulgence in those libations. Libations meaning alcoholic drinks, whether they're heavy or light. Okay. And not just that, overindulging in food, especially when there are events surrounding the Fridays and Saturday nights. Okay. And why are those days like that? I know I'm preaching to the choir, or being the mofo, master of the freaking obvious, when I say these things, but there is a reason, there's a rhyme, a reason to this rhyme. So I say that because those days for the traditional United States calendar and the way that we've been operating probably for the past, almost 100 years, on that calendar, on the way that we do things, especially when corporations started booming in the 40s, 30s, 40s, and beyond. And those factory jobs were in there, okay? And that weekend, and it also ties into having that Sabbath Sunday off to go to church. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's relationship, conversation, not getting too deep into that, but showing you and giving you some context. Okay? But that health part, let's talk about that for a moment. All right? Let's talk about that. On the health part, you spent all that time during the week busting your butt, working at Amazon, in the dentist office, or you're an LPN, okay? Or you're doing Uber, whatever you're doing, you're in the military, okay? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Your flight attendant. Doesn't matter. Some schedules are not rigid like that. More have gone towards like a gig economy to a degree. Those Uber drivers and stuff like that. Amazon workers to a degree. But there's still a large majority of the American public that work a Monday through Friday schedule. Teachers, doctors, even many business owners, etc., etc. Okay. The thing about that is your body is acclimated to that schedule. Your body is acclimated to, oh, it's Friday. There was even a song, dog poo, a very popular song in the 90s, okay, by an artist named Johnny Kemp. And it was called Just Got Paid. Friday night, party hunting, feeling right. You remember that? That was a jam. Shoot, that still jams today. That's a timeless classic. Okay. Then let's go back a little bit further. Okay. I'm dating myself just a little bit. The OJs. Living for what? Living for the weekend. Okay. They start out, it's Friday. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that. Whether you consider that whatever type of music you want to, you heard it. Okay, they're very, very popular songs. There's several others too. Those are the first two to come to my mind now. All right. Your body and your mind is acclimated to that. The school system perpetuates that to keep your body and your mind acclimated towards that schedule, unless you break away from that. All right? Many are breaking away from that. Okay? But I'm going to get back to that initial point about Friday and Saturday nights, indulging and just having a good old time. Okay? Now, early in my life, my adulthood, I should say, I was one not to indulge in alcoholic drinks at all. I was strictly against it. It was just not my thing. As I got older, I tell you, like I tell anybody, I sip a little here and there. Here's what I'll tell you about that. Whether you do a lot or you do a little, the human body is a wonderful thing that the universe creator gave us. Now, there's some things you'll notice about yourself all right? Whether you indulge a little or whether you indulge a lot. Now, you get in the comments and tell me if this is correct or incorrect. Whether you have or you know there's someone else who has. And that goes with smoking too. Never been a smoker. I've tried a cigarette once and I was like, bleh, why? You know? And then I was much younger, a beady. Those who know what beadies are, it's not marijuana. I never tried marijuana. But I did smoke some little beadies before. They took little mini tobaccos. They used to come in a roll. They're very popular in the Middle East. Okay. Never did anything hard at all, ever in my life. Okay. But here's what I tell you about alcohol and inhaling tobacco vapors. Even the first time I did it, right after that, I'm spitting. I'm like, what the heck is that all about? Take a little sip of some beer or something, or a mixed drink, and you're nasally the next morning, you know? Or you're overly congested. Your body is telling you, hey, what's going on here? What is this new thing that you got in here? I need to get you up out of here. You and this mucus that's lining on the inside of your body. Shout out to rest in peace, I should say, to Dr. Sabi. He's the one that put, I would say, the world on game about mucus and what it is to your body and your system. Now, I believe he may have, I ain't gonna say over-exaggerated, but I wouldn't say you just need to completely, destroy your mucous membrane. I'm not gonna say that because I don't know that to be true, but I do know that too much mucus is the enemy, okay, of your body. And that's what your body is doing. It's expelling all that mucus. It's coming out. It's secreting, all right? Arthritis is nothing but hardened mucus, all right, around those joints and stuff, all right? You think about all that. Think about if you ever had a cold, how that stuff looks. All yellowy and even green in some cases. That's an infection in there. I'm no doctor. I don't play one on YouTube. I'm basing this off of my experience and research, okay? So the thing about that is, if you're expelling all of that, all right, from indulging just a little bit, but especially overindulging in alcoholic drinks or tobacco vapors and stuff like that, why would your body be fighting to get that stuff out of you when you inhale those toxins in you? Your body's a wonderful thing, okay? These are questions I don't have the answers to, but I'm sharing the experience and giving you a pathway to show you to say, okay, well, wow, if this happens, then this happens. Putting simple logic to some things when they're dealing with health, okay? I'm no health expert, okay? So consult with your doctor before you take any advice from me. I'm sharing my experiences, okay? That's what this is about. That's what this is about. Dick Gregory voice. So you think about those things. You think about the overindulgence you're getting ready to get into next week. This Thursday coming with Thanksgiving coming. Whatever you think about holidays or, the natives being ran off their land, this, that, and the third, it's still a time-honored tradition of family bonding, okay? Whether you want to agree with it or not. You ain't turning down grandma's plate. You want your auntie's macaroni and cheese? Yeah, you want it. That's why you should continue to do some form of exercise. I would say a minimum of 3 times a week. A minimum. for at least 30 minutes if you don't do nothing but walk. For at least 30 minutes, okay? It could be a slow walk or whatever. Stay your butt over there, dog. Yeah, you just, ain't nobody mess with you. Anyhow. Where was I? Oh yeah. That indulgence in the food and alcohol and the smoking. You think about that. And you think about when you're not. What's not coming out of your body. You see what I'm saying? Put those things in your pipe and smoke it, for lack of better terms. So when you're moving, and I'm gonna go to that arthritic part, or when you're doing your stretches and your exercise, your stretches and your rotations, stretches and rotations, why is all that cracking going on? Because of the foods that we consume. There are mucus producing foods that line around our bones, and they harden. No different than cholesterol when it gets out of your bloodstream, into your bloodstream, and hardens into your arteries. All right, that's fat. You ever seen them show cholesterol, when it comes out of someone's body, or they do the liposuction type things? Yeah, it looks the same. Why do you think mucus has that look? Okay, just put those things together. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't take my advice. Do your own research. I'm just providing a little pathway for you. That's all. I'm not even telling you to follow me. All I'm telling you is to have an open mind and think about it. And put those things to use, and you may go down a different pathway that leads you to somewhere else. However, the biggest takeaway is for you to have the information that brings forth knowledge and for you to better yourself with it. That's the key. That is the key. It may be something you never thought about before. You say, wow, never come to me. I heard that before. This is a reminder. Okay? It's a knock knock. You see? Another thing that is definitely a mucus, causes mucus and causes you to stay sickly to a degree. That is, yes, I'm gonna say it, cow's milk. You have to excuse me, my calendar keeps popping up. Cow's milk. Yes. Pasteurized, unpasteurized, doesn't matter. Cow's milk. For those of you who've had children, have children, or you've taken care of children, what do they tell you about a child when they should consume cow's milk? Okay? Think about that. All right? Think about when you're sick, primarily when you have an upper respiratory type of deal. Head cold, chest cold, flu. What does the doctor tell you not to consume? Why do they tell you not to consume milk or any alcohol? See how I connected those together? That was on purpose. I'm not trying to be slick. I'm not trying to sound cute. I'm just putting those things together for you so you can see how they coincide. You know what I'm saying? All right, I got 1 minute left, and we're going to get to part 2. I'm only do these 20 minutes at a time. Okay. So yeah, put those together and just make it make sense for you. That's all I'm saying. And if it doesn't, then maybe another video that I got for you make more sense. Does that make sense? I hope so. I hope so. If you don't like the word hope, it's like potential. I don't like that word either. Water got the potential to break a rock. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Just put those things together and see how they work out for you and make those things make sense for you when you're going about your day, when you're going to the grocery store. All right? We're going to be right back at you in the next few moments with part 2. Be back.